Did you know that most of the fear and anxiety we experience isn't born from the events in our lives themselves, but from our perceptions of them? This isn't a new discovery. Over 2 millennia ago, Stoic philosophers had already carved out principles on how to wrestle with our internal turmoil. In today's world, where uncertainty is a staple, from professional challenges to personal relationships, mastering our emotions isn't a luxury, it's a critical skill. This exploration delves into 5 Stoic strategies to not just face, but actively convert fear and anxiety into tools for personal growth and resilience. These methods aren't modern inventions. They have stood the test of time, guiding leaders and thinkers towards profound transformations and enduring success. As we begin, consider subscribing to continue growing with us. Each strategy we'll uncover builds on the last, equipping you with robust tools to meet fear and anxiety head-on, transforming them into pillars of strength and clarity. Let's start with a fundamental insight. Fear and anxiety often crash into our lives like uninvited guests, lingering far longer than we'd like. But what are these emotions really? According to Stoicism, they aren't the monstrous entities we often feel they are. Instead, they are signals or messengers. They reflect our judgments about the world and what we value. Understanding this is the first step in managing them. Imagine you're about to speak on stage. Your heart races, palms sweat, and a cascade of what-ifs flood your mind. What if you forget your words? Or worse, they laugh, or you fail? Stoic wisdom invites us to pause and ask, why does this situation cause anxiety? Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic and Roman emperor, teaches us that it's not the event causing distress, but our perception of it. He suggests that if we are pained by anything external, it's not due to the thing itself, but our evaluation of it, which we can withdraw at any moment. Fear, Stoics argue, emerges from the perceived threat of losing something valuable, our reputation, safety, or comfort. Anxiety, its close relative, springs up when we anticipate potential loss, feeding off the uncertainty and magnifying the unknown into a terrifying spectre. But Stoic wisdom illuminates a different path. We do not have to be ruled by these emotions. By interrogating them, understanding their roots, and deciding whether they warrant our energy, we reclaim control. Epictetus, a philosopher born into slavery, crystallized it thus: some things are in our control and others not. You cannot control how others react to your speech, the weather during an important event, or the unpredictable turns of life. But you can control your own mind, your responses, and the actions you take when fear and anxiety arise. The Stoics challenge us to ask, is this within my power? If not, why waste energy fretting over it? Carrying anxiety over uncontrollable factors is like lugging a heavy bag filled with useless items. Dropping that weight doesn't just lighten your physical load, it transforms your life. Yet, Stoicism doesn't advocate for passive resignation. On the contrary, it empowers active engagement with what we can influence. If fear stems from feeling unprepared, the remedy is preparation. If anxiety comes from uncertainty, the response should be a focus on actionable steps that bring clarity and control. This mindset of active, not reactive living dismantles fear before it can dominate, guiding us to reevaluate and realign our values. Are we too caught up in others' opinions, material possessions, or comfort at the expense of meaningful pursuits? Fuel pursuits? Seneca, another Stoic luminary, provides a stark reminder: he who fears death will never do anything worthy of a living man. This isn't a call to dismiss fear, but to scrutinize and understand its message. Is it pointing to something trivial or something genuinely valuable? By anchoring our lives in Stoic principles, we begin to see fear and anxiety not as insurmountable obstacles, but as invitations to grow. They prompt us to reassess our priorities, adjust our perceptions, and concentrate on what truly matters. When we approach these emotions with a Stoic mindset, we transform them from tyrants into teachers, reclaiming our power and becoming active participants in shaping our lives. So the next time fear or anxiety knocks, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself, what am I truly afraid of? Is this within my control? Am I focusing on what truly matters? These questions can unlock a more serene, purposeful life, liberating us from the shackles of unwarranted worries. It's astonishing how our thoughts shape our reality. Two people might face the same situation. One remains calm, the other spirals into anxiety. The difference? Their perceptions. This realization is central to Stoicism, which posits that our interpretations of the world sculpt our experiences. By mastering our perceptions, we transform our responses to life's challenges, fostering a profound internal shift that echoes through every aspect of our existence. Continuing our exploration of Stoic wisdom, let's delve deeper into the power of perception, a fundamental Stoic teaching that emphasizes the role of our judgments in shaping our experiences. Picture yourself caught in a frustrating traffic jam. You're late for an important meeting, and the clock is ticking. One perspective might spiral into frustration, ruminating on how this delay is ruining your day. Another perspective might find gratitude, thankful for the unexpected moment to pause, perhaps listen to a favorite podcast or audiobook. The external circumstances haven't changed, but your experience of them can be radically different based on your perception. This principle is encapsulated powerfully by Epictetus, who taught that it's not events themselves that disturb people, but their judgments about them. Consider how profound this insight is. It's not the traffic jam, the missed opportunity, or even a rude remark that disrupts our peace. It's the meaning we attach to these events. By challenging and changing our judgments, we regain control over our emotional state. This isn't limited to minor annoyances. Stoicism arms us with the strength to apply this perspective to even life's most daunting challenges. Take the example of job loss, a situation that many would naturally view as devastating. Stoic philosophy would encourage us to pause and assess this event from another angle. Could this unexpected change be an opportunity for growth? Perhaps it's a chance to pursue a path more aligned with your true passions or to develop skills that were previously sidelined. By reframing the event, we don't negate the difficulty, but we change how we navigate through it. This Stoic practice empowers us to choose resilience over despair, turning potential crises into launching pads for new beginnings. The transformative power of perception is a recurring theme in Stoic teachings and is vividly illustrated in the practices of famous Stoic thinkers like Seneca, who said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Often we let our minds build up scenarios that spiral out of control, turning molehills into mountains. But by rooting ourselves in rational thought, we can stop these spirals before they start. A practical way to implement this Stoic wisdom is to pause when overwhelmed, take a deep breath, and examine the narrative spinning in your head. Is it exaggerated? Is it unhelpful? Identifying these narratives allows us to consciously choose a new, more empowering perspective. This Stoic practice of reframing isn't about denying difficulties or adopting blind optimism. Instead, it's about seeing things clearly and choosing responses that align with our values and goals. Marcus Aurelius frequently reminded himself to focus on what he could control in the present moment, rather than getting lost in fear or regret. This focus on present action over fretting about future outcomes or past mistakes is a cornerstone of Stoic resilience. Stoics also understood that our perceptions could turn adversity into opportunity. A failure, while immediately painful, can be viewed as a learning experience, a necessary step toward mastery. A rejection, though disheartening, can redirect us toward something better, more suited to our unique path. By shifting our perspective in this way, we take ownership of our experiences, no matter how challenging they may be. Recognizing perception as a tool reveals our substantial control over our emotional state. Life, as Stoics remind us, will inevitably present challenges. Some are small, like a traffic jam, and others monumental, like the loss of a job or a personal crisis. While we can't control external events, we can control how we interpret and respond to them. Mastering this, according to Stoic philosophy, is the key to mastering ourselves. The practice of staying present, another fundamental Stoic principle, further enhances our ability to manage perceptions. Marcus Aurelius wrote about the importance of confining oneself to the present. By focusing our energy on what we can control right now, we not only reduce anxiety, but also enhance our effectiveness and satisfaction with life. The past is gone and cannot be changed. The future is not yet here and is largely out of our hands. The present is all we truly have, and it is here that our power lies. Staying present might sound simple, but it is a skill that requires practice and mindfulness. It involves bringing our attention back to where we are and what we are doing, noticing the sensations around us and the task at hand. This practice can transform our relationship with time and significantly reduce the anxiety that comes from ruminating on the past or worrying about the future. This focus on the present is not about ignoring the past or future, but about engaging fully with the current moment. The Stoics were not advocating for recklessness or thoughtlessness. Rather, they promoted a focused and intentional way of living. By investing our energy in the present, we can handle life's challenges with greater composure and effectiveness. Moreover, by embracing the present moment, we accept things as they are, not as we wish them to be. This acceptance does not mean resignation, but rather a recognition of reality that empowers us to respond appropriately and effectively. If it's raining, we can choose to be miserable, or we can find joy in the sound of raindrops. If there's a delay, we can use the time productively instead of fretting over lost time. The Stoic practice of staying present also teaches us to break down overwhelming situations into manageable actions. Instead of worrying about a vast project or a long-term goal, focus on the next step you can take right now. This approach reduces stress and increases effectiveness by keeping us engaged in the moment rather than lost in anxiety about the future. In sum, the Stoic strategy of managing perceptions and staying present offers a powerful framework for dealing with life's inevitable challenges. By mastering these skills, we cultivate a mental landscape where peace and clarity can flourish, even amid turmoil. We learn that while we cannot control every aspect of our lives, we can always control our responses, turning potential obstacles into opportunities for growth and self-discovery. As we continue to traverse the landscape of Stoic wisdom, we arrive at another vital aspect, the embrace of voluntary discomfort. This principle isn't about seeking out pain for pain's sake, but about recognizing that discomfort often paves the way for significant personal growth and resilience. It's about using what the Stoics called voluntary hardship to strengthen our character and fortify our spirit against the inevitable difficulties of life. Consider the practice of an athlete. No marathon runner ever reached the finish line without first enduring countless hours of training, each session pushing them to embrace and overcome discomfort. This physical analogy perfectly mirrors the Stoic approach to mental and emotional growth. By stepping into challenges willingly, whether preparing for a public speech, tackling a daunting project, or even engaging in difficult conversations, we build the resilience necessary to handle future stresses more effectively. Seneca, one of Stoicism's most eloquent spokesmen, practiced this by periodically living as if he had lost everything, consuming only the simplest food and wearing the plainest of clothes. He asked himself, "Is this the condition I so feared?" Through these exercises, he realized that even the worst circumstances were not as dreadful as he might have imagined, and that he could indeed endure much more than he thought possible. This practice not only reinforced his resilience, but also diminished his fear of poverty or loss, freeing him from the anxieties that accompany attachment to comfort and luxury. This Stoic practice of embracing discomfort serves multiple purposes. It prepares us for the inevitable adversities of life, ensuring that when we encounter them, they are not as intimidating or insurmountable as they might otherwise seem. It also helps us appreciate what we have, reinforcing gratitude and contentment. By periodically depriving ourselves of comforts, we not only remind ourselves of what we can live without, but also enhance our appreciation for the ordinary blessings of life. When they return. Moving deeper into Stoic teachings, we encounter the critical distinction between what we can control and what we cannot, an understanding that fosters immense mental peace and focus. Epictetus famously stated, "Some things are in our control and others not." This simple yet profound acknowledgement helps us direct our energy and attention efficiently. Effort, attitude, and our responses are within our control. The outcomes, often influenced by external factors, are not. This understanding liberates us from the anxiety of trying to control the uncontrollable. It allows us to live more fully in the present, focusing on the actions we can take rather than being paralyzed by fear of what might happen. For instance, in preparing for a job interview, we can control our preparation, researching the company, honing our responses, and presenting ourselves as best as we can. Whether we get the job, however, is influenced by numerous factors beyond our direct control, such as the internal priorities of the company or the qualities of other candidates. By focusing on our efforts and letting go of our attachment to specific outcomes, we find a deeper sense of satisfaction and peace. This doesn't mean we don't aim for success or work diligently towards our goals. On the contrary, we do so with even greater commitment because our focus is on the quality of our actions rather than the uncertainty of results. This approach is freeing as it aligns our well-being with our actions, which are always within our grasp, rather than with outcomes, which are often ephemeral and unpredictable. Moreover, this Stoic principle enhances our ability to deal with disappointment and setbacks. When outcomes do not align with our hopes or expectations, understanding and accepting what is within our control helps us respond more constructively. Instead of wallowing in frustration or despair, we are prepared to reassess our strategies, learn from the experience, and move forward with renewed focus and adjusted plans. In relationships, this perspective is equally transformative. While we can strive to be understanding, supportive, and loving, how others respond to our efforts is ultimately beyond our control. Detaching from outcomes in relationships means loving without overbearing attachment to the responses we seek. It encourages a purer form of love and interaction where our focus is on being the best we can be within the relationship, not on trying to mold the relationship to fit a preconceived mold. In sum, the Stoic practice of focusing on what we can control and detaching from the outcomes of what we cannot control not only builds resilience, but also fosters a more genuine engagement with life. It encourages us to live with intention and integrity, investing our energies where they count the most, and accepting the flow of life with equanimity and grace. This philosophical stance doesn't remove the challenges of life, but but it profoundly changes how we encounter and navigate them, transforming potential stresses into opportunities for personal growth and deeper understanding. Building upon the Stoic foundation of focusing on what we can control, let's explore another profound aspect: the cultivation of resilience through the acceptance of life's inherent unpredictability. This concept is central to Stoicism, which teaches us that life's only constant is change, and our ability to adapt to this change is a testament to our resilience. This acceptance does not mean passive resignation, but an active engagement with reality, preparing us to meet whatever life throws our way with a steadfast heart and an adaptable mind. The Stoics understood that by expecting life to be constantly flux, we are better equipped to handle its twists and turns. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, wrote extensively about the impermanence of life and the importance of living in accordance with nature, accepting both the good and the bad that life offers with equal equanimity. He believed that this acceptance was not only the path to personal peace, but also a source of strength, as it allowed individuals to remain unshaken by the vicissitudes of fortune. This Stoic principle of accepting life's unpredictability helps build resilience in several ways. Firstly, it reduces the shock and disorientation that often accompany unexpected changes. When we accept that life is inherently unpredictable, we are not thrown off balance when things do not go as planned. Instead, we can remain calm and composed, using our energy not to lament the uncontrollable, but to make constructive decisions based on the new circumstances. Secondly, this acceptance fosters a proactive rather than reactive approach to life. Stoics advocate for living with a mindset that is always prepared for change, which involves continuously developing our skills, expanding our knowledge, and fortifying our emotional and mental resilience. This proactive approach ensures that when changes occur, we have a robust set of resources to draw upon, allowing us to adapt quickly and effectively. Moreover, embracing the impermanence of life encourages us to appreciate the present moment more fully. Understanding that nothing is guaranteed to last, whether joy or sorrow, motivates us to fully engage with the current experience, cherishing the good times and learning from the challenges. This mindful presence enriches our lives, making us more attuned to the nuances of our experiences and more appreciative of life's transient beauties. The Stoic practice of reflecting on impermanence also aids in tempering our attachments to material possessions and external outcomes. By periodically contemplating the loss of what we value, we can loosen the grip of fear and desire that these attachments often entail. This practice, known as negative visualization, involves imagining losing possessions, status, or even relationships to appreciate them more deeply while also preparing ourselves emotionally for any eventual outcome. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, used this technique frequently to remind himself of life's fleeting nature and to cultivate a sense of gratitude and tranquility regardless of external conditions. He believed that by visualizing the worst-case scenarios, we can diminish their power over us, reducing the anxiety and fear they provoke. This mental rehearsal not only prepares us for possible outcomes, but also highlights the irrationality of disproportionate fears, often revealing that we are more capable of coping than we initially believed. By practicing negative visualization, we also enhance our gratitude for the present. This Stoic tool is not about dwelling on negative thoughts, but about using them to heighten our appreciation for what we currently have, thereby enriching our daily experiences. It teaches us resilience by showing that many of the things we fear are either manageable or less catastrophic in reality than in our imagination. It brings into focus the strength we possess to rebuild and recover, should those fears ever materialize. Another key aspect of building resilience, according to Stoic philosophy, is the cultivation of virtue. Stoics believe that living a virtuous life, defined by wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation, is the highest form of resilience. Virtue provides an internal moral compass that guides our decisions and actions, ensuring that they are consistent with our deepest values, regardless of external pressures or changes. This focus on virtue also protects us from the emotional turbulence that can arise from unethical or thoughtless behavior. When we act virtuously, we are less likely to experience regret, guilt, or shame, which are significant sources of distress. Instead, we experience a sense of integrity and self-respect that bolsters our mental and emotional stability. The cultivation of virtues such as courage and wisdom directly contributes to our ability to face life's challenges with confidence and insight. Courage allows us to confront fears and take necessary risks, while wisdom enables us to make informed, thoughtful decisions. Together, these virtues ensure that we are not only prepared to handle life's difficulties, but also equipped to grow from them, finding opportunities for personal development in every obstacle. In summary, Stoicism provides a powerful framework for building resilience by embracing the unpredictability of life, practicing negative visualization, and cultivating virtue. These practices help us develop a robust inner foundation that remains stable regardless of external circumstances. They teach us to value and rely on our internal resources, our virtues, our adaptability, and our capacity for rational thought over transient external conditions. As we continue to explore these Stoic principles, we find that they not only prepare us to face life's inevitable challenges, but also enable us to lead richer, more meaningful lives, grounded in the present and engaged with the world in a deeply fulfilling way. Continuing our exploration into the resilient world of Stoicism, we delve into the practice of gratitude and the profound impact it has on our capacity to deal with life's fluctuations. Stoic philosophy places a strong emphasis on the role of gratitude in fostering resilience, encouraging a focus on what we have rather than lamenting what we lack. This perspective not only enhances our emotional and psychological resilience, but also deeply enriches our experience of life. Gratitude, as taught by the Stoics, is a powerful antidote to dissatisfaction and desire, which often stem from focusing excessively on future ambitions or past regrets. By practicing gratitude, we anchor ourselves in the present, recognizing and appreciating the value of what we currently possess, whether it's material blessings, relationships, or personal achievements. This shift in focus from what is missing to what is present diminishes the anxiety and fear associated with loss and uncertainty. One Stoic technique for cultivating gratitude is the daily reflection on positives, a practice where one ends each day by recounting events, interactions, or even simple pleasures for which they are grateful. This could be as simple as appreciating a good meal, the kindness of a friend, or a moment of peace. This practice trains the mind to notice and appreciate the abundance already present in our lives, countering the human tendency to take things for granted. Moreover, Stoicism teaches that gratitude extends beyond our immediate circumstances and possessions. It involves a deeper appreciation for our capacity to think, to adapt, and to overcome challenges, qualities that no external change can take away. This form of gratitude strengthens our inner resilience, making us more robust in the face of life's challenges. By valuing our internal virtues and capacities, we develop a sense of self-sufficiency that empowers us to navigate through various life situations with confidence and poise. Another aspect where Stoicism intertwines with gratitude is in its call to view challenges as opportunities for growth. Stoics suggest that every difficulty presents a chance to practice virtues such as patience, courage, and adaptability. By reframing challenges in this way, we can cultivate a sense of gratitude even for the hardships we encounter, recognizing them as catalysts for personal development and self-improvement. This reframing is particularly potent when paired with the Stoic principle of amor fati, or love of fate. This concept goes beyond merely accepting life's ups and downs. It involves embracing them with enthusiasm, as if we had chosen them ourselves. When we love our fate, including the challenging parts, we find reasons to be grateful for every experience, seeing each as a necessary part of our unique life's journey. This radical form of gratitude transforms our entire outlook, turning potential resentments into sources of strength and wisdom. Seneca, who articulated many of these practices, highlighted the importance of gratitude in building a peaceful and contented life. He observed that while we cannot control external events, we can control our reactions to them, and gratitude is a choice that can lead to greater happiness and fulfillment. He advised his contemporaries to cultivate a spirit of thankfulness, regardless of their circumstances, as a means to achieve tranquility and resilience. Practicing gratitude also enhances our relationships with others. When we approach interactions with a grateful heart, we focus more on giving than receiving, appreciating what others bring into our lives without clinging to expectations or demands. This approach fosters deeper, more meaningful connections, as it cultivates an atmosphere of mutual appreciation and respect. In sum, the Stoic practice of gratitude is a multifaceted tool that strengthens our resilience by enhancing our appreciation of the present, reframing our perspective on challenges, and deepening our relationships. It encourages us to find joy and value in the here and now, fortifying us against the instability of external conditions. As we integrate gratitude into our daily lives, we find it not only possible but natural to remain calm, composed, and resilient, no matter what life throws our way. This Stoic journey through understanding control, embracing change, cultivating resilience, and practicing gratitude brings us closer to achieving a life of profound fulfillment and strength. As we continue to apply these ancient yet timeless teachings, we equip ourselves with the tools necessary to navigate life's complexities with grace and courage. In the final part of our exploration, we will conclude by looking at how these Stoic practices can be woven together into a coherent lifestyle that not only withstands the trials of life, but thrives amidst them. As we culminate our exploration of Stoic wisdom, it's imperative to consider how these philosophies converge into a cohesive lifestyle that not only endures, but flourishes under life's various pressures. Stoicism does not just offer isolated techniques. Rather, it presents a comprehensive framework for living well, woven through with threads of control, acceptance, resilience, and gratitude. Each element interacts seamlessly with the others, creating a robust tapestry that enhances our ability to live a fulfilled and purposeful life. The Stoic lifestyle is characterized by a proactive approach to self-development. It encourages continuous personal growth, emphasizing the importance of self-awareness and self-improvement. This journey involves regular self-examination, where we assess our actions, decisions, and emotions to ensure they align with our values and ideals. Such introspection is crucial in Stoicism, as it allows us to identify areas where we can apply Stoic principles more effectively and recognize progress in our pursuit of virtue. This commitment to personal growth is closely tied to the Stoic concept of living according to nature. To the Stoics, this means aligning our actions with our rational nature and striving to fulfill our potential as human beings. This alignment is not passive. It requires active engagement with our capabilities and a deliberate effort to cultivate our character in all aspects of life, from our personal relationships to our professional endeavors. Moreover, the Stoic lifestyle advocates for a balanced approach to life's pleasures and challenges. It teaches us to enjoy life's pleasures without attachment and to face life's difficulties with courage and resilience. This balance is achieved through the practice of moderation, another key Stoic virtue. By avoiding extremes, we maintain our equanimity, regardless of external circumstances, allowing us to respond to life's ups and downs with a calm and steady disposition. One of the most powerful Stoic practices is the premeditation of adversities, which prepares us for potential challenges and reduces the impact of negative emotions associated with unexpected hardships. This practice involves visualizing possible difficulties and mentally rehearsing how to handle them. Such preparation not only mitigates the shock when challenges arise, but also boosts our confidence in our ability to manage and overcome them. Integrating this practice into daily life enhances our resilience by ensuring we are never completely blindsided by adversity. It also cultivates a proactive rather than a reactive mindset, allowing us to remain focused on our long-term goals, even in the face of immediate obstacles. This forward-thinking approach is essential for maintaining motivation and persistence over time, particularly when pursuing challenging or long-term goals. Another key aspect of the Stoic lifestyle is its emphasis on community and the common good. Stoicism teaches that we are not isolated individuals, but part of a larger social and cosmic order. Our actions have implications not just for ourselves, but for our community and the world at large. Therefore, living a Stoic life means acting with responsibility and integrity, contributing positively to the welfare of others. This sense of social responsibility is paired with the Stoic injunction to practice justice and fairness in all dealings. By treating others with respect and fairness, we foster trust and cooperation, which are essential for any healthy community. This outward focus is balanced with an inward focus on personal virtue, creating a dynamic interplay between self-improvement and social contribution. Furthermore, the Stoic lifestyle encourages us to embrace our role as part of nature, which includes accepting our mortality and the limitations of our control. This acceptance frees us from the fear of death and the anxiety over things beyond our influence, allowing us to live with a focus on what truly matters: our character, our actions, and our responses to the world around us. The culmination of these Stoic practices leads to what can be described as a life of tranquility. Tranquility not as a mere absence of disturbance, but as a profound peace rooted in understanding and virtue. It is a peace that comes from knowing we are living in harmony with our deepest values and that we are resilient enough to face whatever life may bring. As we embrace the Stoic way, we find that our lives become less about what happens to us and more about how we respond. We discover that true empowerment comes not from controlling external events, but from mastering our internal landscape, our thoughts, emotions, and decisions. This mastery allows us to face life with confidence and grace, transforming challenges into opportunities for growth and deepening our appreciation for the journey itself. In closing, the journey through Stoic philosophy is not a path to a destination, but a way of traveling through life. It equips us with the tools to construct a life not defined by external circumstances, but characterized by internal strength, wisdom, and peace. As we continue to apply these teachings, we not only enhance our own lives, but also contribute to a more rational, compassionate, and resilient world. Thus, as we conclude this exploration, we are reminded that Stoicism is not merely a personal philosophy, but a call to live with intention and integrity. It challenges us to rise above petty concerns and fleeting emotions, focusing instead on lasting values and meaningful actions. In doing so, we forge not only a life of personal fulfillment and resilience, but also a legacy of wisdom and virtue that impacts all those around us. In embracing Stoicism, we find not only the strength to withstand life's storms, but also the serenity to appreciate its profound beauty and its myriad opportunities for true happiness and deep contentment.